Christmas. We're talking about my favorite thing, Christmas. Like, let's do it.
Or did you buy yourself? How about that? Is there a gift that you bought yourself already?
Oh, very good question, Graham. Isn't it funny when two interviewers get together? We ask
Right?
some good questions.
Your earrings, those are so cute.
Oh, thank you. Oh, horrible if you'll be happy and then you don't get it, but it's
Before we get into today's interview, we would like to give a shout out to our Patreons, Irene, Bev, and Michael. If you haven't heard of Patreon before, it is a great way to support us and keep us running and improving. You pick a membership tier that suits you and your budget per month, and in return for supporting us, we'll give you behind-the-scenes content and free stuff. You don't have to give much either. You can be a part of our Patreons for as little as $4 a month. Just visit patreon.com/Rave It Up. You can even donate through PayPal if you don't trust other sites. You can do so just through our email, raveituptv@gmail.com. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. We appreciate anything you can do to support us. Now, let's get into this interview. Hey guys, it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here. And Christmas is coming up super duper fast. And to celebrate with you, I have a couple of special guests on today to talk about Christmas and how they celebrate every year. Who could they be, I wonder? Well, of course, none other than former Heartland actors and two favourite guests on this show, Cindy Busby and Graham Wardle. Graham, welcome to the show for the third time. Cindy Busby, she's back on the show.
I'm back. Christmas.
Well, it's definitely a pleasure to have you on for the Christmas special. We can talk about Christmas. I love, 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 love Christmas. I want to know, what is your favourite thing about Christmas?
My favorite thing about Christmas, I like it when it snows and it gets really quiet and there's just this like peacefulness in the air. Like I like going on like night walks and watching like the Christmas lights, and there's like this general sense of like calm in the neighborhood or in the wherever you are. That's like my favorite part of it, is like the quietness. Like, you know, like the Silent Night Christmas Carol, like that's the vibe. That's my vibe. I love that.
Oh, I'm jealous. We don't really get snow here for Christmas.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but...
We get the summer Christmas on the beach.
Yeah. Well, I've never had that. That must be pretty cool too, though.
Yeah, that is true. I've only been to the snow once, and unfortunately it was after Christmas, and it was like January in Yosemite National Park. That was the only time I got to experience snow. But I'm just used to summer Christmases, but I'd love to like go to New York or something one year and just enjoy a nice white Christmas, hopefully, in the future.
Yes.
You're a huge lover of Christmas, so you're the perfect guest to have on this Christmas special.
Thank you.
I want to know, and it's probably a hard question, what is your favorite thing about Christmas?
Ooh. Well, you know, I feel like that has changed throughout the years. But I'd probably say my favorite thing nowadays is spending quality time with the people that I love. So just getting together, you know, whether it's eating food or watching a Christmas movie or, you know, recounting stories or opening gifts or whatever it is, it's just really important to kind of like just spend time together, because the year just goes by so fast. And for a lot of us, it's like the main time of the year where we have some time off. I know for me, it's like that. And it's kind of like a really nostalgic time of year too. Like you know, a lot of the movies that we watch are the movies we watched when we were kids. Some of the music that we listen to is the music that got to us when we were kids, and I love playing games too. Like that's some of my favorite stuff to do with people that I love.
Are they Christmas related games or just games in general?
No, I mean, are there any Christmas? I mean, there must be. I don't know.
We'll have to invent some, Cindy.
But yeah, any kind of game. I love, you know, card games, dice, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just quality time. And then, you know, of course, giving back in any way that I can to the community and to charities that I feel really strongly about. So Yeah, it's just overall just the great time.
Yeah, that's why it's our favorite time of the year, right?
Right.
And does your family have any traditions that you do every year?
Yeah, so unfortunately this year I'm not really going to be with my family, but that happens. But we are still going to celebrate because technology allows us to do that. So our thing that we do because my family is primarily French. And so what we do is at midnight on Christmas Eve, so midnight, into Christmas Day, yep. We celebrate where we have a dinner on Christmas Eve, then we kind of lounge about, and then my mom usually brings out snacks. And then at midnight, we pop a bottle, we throw like a Christmas ornament out the window and we're like, Merry Christmas. And then we open up our Christmas gifts at midnight, and then we tend to stay up till like 3:00 in the morning or something like that. Wow. And then we go to bed, we sleep in, and then we make brunch in the morning on Christmas Day. And so our tradition is usually like Christmas Eve based. That's a little bit more on the French side of things, which I think is so fun. Like, it's fun because then on Christmas Day, it's like never ending. You're like, there's more Christmas. And then you like play with all of your stuff that you got or whatever. And you're picking up the leftover, pieces of tape and paper on the floor. And I don't know, it's just all fun.
You must be so tired though. And especially after getting all these Christmas gifts, how can you go to sleep?
Well, yes, as a kid for sure. So as a child, how it would work is we'd go to bed at like 7 p.m. and our parents would be like, you gotta go to bed because Santa's gonna come soon. So we'd go to sleep. And then our parents would wake us up at midnight and be like, Santa just came. And we'd be like, Santa came? And so we'd go into the living room, and then all of a sudden there'd be, whatever under the tree. And then that's when we would unwrap. So we would unwrap gifts at night, which is kind of funny to do, but it's also like part of the excitement. You don't have to wait till the next morning because you're like, at night, my parents are going to wake me up when he comes. So like, I don't need to worry. We're going to get up soon.
Just got to sleep for a few hours.
Just a few hours. And then you get to nap all Christmas Day long. It's fine. It's perfect.
Oh, that's the whole point, isn't it? Just to lounge around, relax, finally have time off. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love hearing about people's different traditions, and for like a bit of a French tradition, that's really cool.
Totally. Yeah, no, I know. It's definitely more of a lot different than some of my friends. So it's kind of nice to share that.
Yeah, I'm glad we could share it with everybody today as well.
Yeah.
Don't have any, my family had a lot of traditions when I was growing up, and I still like to spend time with my family over the holidays and celebrate with them. Some of the childhood traditions that when I was a kid that we would do, we would dress up as an angel. I think it was, or Saint Lucia. I've told this story before, but yeah, we dress up as kids in like this angel outfit, and then we'd go around and wake up like the other brothers and sisters, and then we wake up my parents, and we'd always sing Joy to the World. And then we would go and open presents. So that was fun. So yeah, and then I've always wanted to do, and I think this year I'm going to be able to do it, is like food banks or food donation things. I think that's, I've wanted to do that one year. I was going to make sandwiches with my dad, and we were going to hand them out, and it didn't end up happening, but it was something that I really wanted to do. And I love that sort of like spontaneous giving, the spirit of giving, Christmas. So I'll probably do more of that because that really lights me up, and I love that about the holidays, is that spirit of giving. So yeah, those are some of my favorites. There's like yeah, like I already mentioned this, but like going out at night and doing the Christmas Carol stuff, or going around walking around at night. There's something about like being outside at night in the winter and it being quiet and peaceful that I just really enjoy. So last year I went on a walk with my parents on Christmas Eve, and we just looked at all the Christmas lights and we sang songs, and it was fantastic.
Oh, I love that time too. Usually I drive in the car, and then if they have like heaps down one street, I'll go walking, but that's really nice. And thank you for giving back and doing some donations. That's a great idea.
That's the spirit of giving, right? How about you? What are your favorite traditions?
Well, I only have a small family. It's only me, my mum and dad, so very, very small, and all the rest of my family is up in Queensland of Australia. So we only probably see my nan maybe once a year, and the last 2 years she came for Christmas, which is great. This year she's getting another hip surgery, so unfortunately she won't be, but it'll just be the three of us again, and Christmas Eve, we always watch Christmas with the Cranks. Have you ever watched that movie?
Oh yeah. That's one of my parents' favorite films.
Yes, it is our favorite film. We watch it every year. It's our tradition. And then we have some like eggnog. Or with me being vegan, I make my own little vegan eggnog. And then we're allowed to open one present before bed. So that was always my most exciting time for Christmas, being able to open one before bed. But the hardest decision is which one.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I remember I had friends that got to open one on Christmas Eve, and I was like, this is so unfair. Like, how come I can't open them? That wasn't part of our family's rules. Like, we couldn't open them until Christmas Day, so you were one of the lucky kids I was very jealous of.
I was very lucky, but it was it even got me thinking as I got older. I was like, would I want to open one before bed, or do I just want to open them all on Christmas Day?
Oh, really?
That's pretty exciting too. Yeah, I could have the decision if I wanted, but I was always like, okay, I want to not have to think about the presents all night and be like, oh, I've opened one.
So, funny story for you. When I was a kid, I wanted a Game Boy. Remember those like the old square big?
Old school, bringing it back.
So I wanted a Game Boy, and I had asked Santa for a Game Boy, and I was like laying in bed, and my mom was like in the room next to me, and she was working on something, and I was saying like, Mom, like, did Santa bring me a Game Boy? Do you know? And she was like, you'll just have to wait. And I kept asking. And then she said something like, I believe she said something like, I think you'll be happy, or I think you'll be surprised, or something like this.
Aww.
And I felt so good. And then I went to bed. I woke up the next morning, and I got the Game Boy. It was one of those green, the plastic wasn't gray. It was like a green one. It was still black and white Game Boy, but I was so happy. I was so happy. So it wasn't like I got the gift before, but I kind of knew it was coming, so I was very happy about that.
It would have been horrible if, you'll be happy, and then you don't get it, but it's
and
you're like,
she did.
Oh damn, it sucks it's not a Game Boy, but this is a really great present.
Oh, if it was a great present, I thought it'd be funny if my mom, like, there was no Game Boy, no good present at all. She just tried to get me riled up. That would be so
naughty
mean.
Boy all year. You get coal. Oh, well, thank goodness you did.
Yeah, I'm happy I did too. That was one of my favorite gifts. And then one year, my dad, we were out golfing, and I got a hole-in-one. Or before I got the hole-in-one, I should say, we were out golfing. I said, Dad, if I get a hole-in-one, will you buy me an Xbox? There's a theme here with all my presents that I want. I just love games. Yeah. And so he's like, well, I don't know, maybe. He didn't really say yes, but anyways, I didn't get a hole-in-one on that game, but then like a month or two later, I was out golfing with a buddy, and I got a hole-in-one on the 18th hole. And I called him, and I was so excited. I was like, Dad, I got a hole-in-one. And he's like, I don't know, I wasn't there to see it. And I was kind of like, okay, whatever, like, you know, like, still, I got a hole-in-one. Like, it was a kind of a fun bet anyways. That Christmas, there's this big box, and I open it up, and it's an Xbox with like controllers and cable extensions and games. Like he bought everything. Woo! Yeah, and I was so surprised because he didn't have to do it, because it was like kind of like this fun little bet. Not only did he do it, he bought all the like extensions and games. Like he went all out, and I love that about my dad. So I love you, Dad. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, shout out to Graham's dad.
Shout out to my dad.
I love that. And have you decorated your house already? What do you usually do? Christmas tree?
No,
on the door?
Yeah, no, I don't do too many decorations. My parents do that. I'm going to spend Christmas with my parents this year. But
there's no need. They can do all the decorating.
Yeah, they can do it all. How about yourself?
A bit unfair for me because like this is I moved out by myself in January, and I've always been the one in my parents' house to do all the decorating. And now they're like, cool, we know that you've decorated your apartment and you got your Christmas tree. You got to put ours up too. And I'm like, what? I don't even live there anymore. So I put some of the decorations behind me as well. They're usually in like my dining room table and everything. But I got a Christmas tree up, a wreath on the door. I was so excited. I did that in like, I think 2 weeks before November ended. So I was very eager.
Oh, wow. You're like my little sister. My younger sister's like that. She loves Christmas. It's her favorite holiday. She's always like ready, itching to go. And that, I grew up with 5 brothers and sisters. And so like between my parents, my sisters, and I think my younger brother as well was into it. Like there was so many people wanting to decorate and get things done that I was just kind of like, okay, like you know, I'll let them do it. Like that's what they're passionate about. Like I enjoy it, but it wasn't my thing to like decorate, so I just enjoy it.
Well, to me, I think I was even more eager because it's the first time I've had my own Christmas decorations.
Right.
Once they all came in the mail, I was like, I'm putting them up now. I don't care what people say. So I've been jolly for a whole month already. Now, I did see on your Instagram, you had like this huge Christmas tree behind you for that game night that you did.
I have a mistletoe, I have a wreath on the door, I have I guess like kind of one of those wreaths around the fireplace with lights. Nice. And I have like fake snow on top of the fireplace, and I have a village under my Christmas tree, which is my pride and joy. My favorite, like, so I'm obsessed with miniatures and like miniature houses and people and trees and all that kind of stuff. And so for me at Christmas time, it's like my time to like shine. And so I create this whole like imaginary world under the tree. And I had a bunch of Christmas stuff years ago that was mine, and then I moved away, so then I got rid of everything. And so in the last couple of years, I've been starting over again. And so this year I got, this is so exciting. This year I got the house from A Christmas Story. Do you know that Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so that A Christmas Story, the house that's in the movie, they made a miniature version of it that has a light. So then the lights, and then it has the leg lamp in the window. And then I have like the three little boys around the pole where the guy gets his tongue that sticks to the lamppost.
Yeah.
Well, I have that under the tree. And then I have Ralphie's like pink him wearing the pink pajamas. That's also a miniature under my tree. So just in case you weren't sure, I'm obsessed with miniature villages.
I love how like excited you got. You're like, I have to share this.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of miniature Christmas trees and that whole thing. And then I have stockings and yeah. And actually this year we have a second Christmas tree in the dining room. So we're those people.
Oh my goodness. Out of everybody I've interviewed about Christmas, you're the one that really goes all out with decorations.
Well, I gotta tell you, my husband's parents, they have a Christmas tree in every room of the house.
What?
Yeah, and
each
Christmas tree, I know the first time I went over, the first year we were dating, I went over to his parents' house and I was like, what is happening? Like, look at all these trees. And each tree has its own like theme. So one of them is like dedicated to his nieces, so the grandkids. So it's like all based on what they love, and then they've got like a New York tree. Anyway, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow,
I fit right in.
You're gonna have to take a photo of your decorations. I want to see it.
Okay. Well, I did a little like Instagram reel of it, but obviously you don't see too much of it.
Okay, well, I'll go on to there then. I'll be that stalkerish fan. Oh, I gotta look at this.
Isn't that what Instagram is based on?
It's true. It's funny, like for my job, it's like I'm allowed to be a stalker.
Right, you're just doing research. I mean, come on. That's what it is.
Not creepy at all. It makes sure that I'm fully prepared to talk to you.
That's right. So true.
Are you that type of person that listens to Christmas carols come December 1st, like nonstop, or what's your deal with that?
Yes and no, I think, because like, when you go to the shops, it already gets overplayed. So probably not from December 1st, but a bit closer to Christmas. I love Christmas carols, yeah.
Nice.
I know it's a bit cheesy, but Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas is... Come on, that is a classic.
Did you hear how much money she makes? Did you hear how much money she makes off that? It's insane.
A lot of money. I forgot the figure, but...
It's insane. I remember hearing it. I don't remember it either, but I was like, that's incredible. Like every year, like massive amounts of money because of that song.
She will never have to work again. She just had to do that song and she's done. She can retire.
I think she could have retired before that, but she certainly can now.
Yes.
I'm sure she never imagined in a million years that song would be as big as it is. So throughout the year, sometimes I'll be listening to, regular day-to-day music. And then once in a while, like in my shuffle, there'll be a Christmas song that'll pop in like in July. And I'll be like, I'm not changing this. I am letting it play. Volume up, please.
Let the jolliness
so I love
begin.
that. Yeah, totally. No, but typically we start like the day that we put up like our Christmas decorations, which is around end of November sort of thing. But yeah, I'm a sucker for oldies, like Bing Crosby, you know, that whole thing. Those are the ones that I am more attracted to than, I mean, everybody loves them, the famous, you know, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Like that's a given. You can't not like that. If you are, like, if you do not like it, I feel like you might be dead inside. But like, but like, there's certain modern day artists that sing Christmas songs, and I'm kind of like, no, stick to your day job. I'm good. Like, I don't want to listen to you sing Christmas songs.
It's good. You're old school.
I am. I'm super old school. Oh yeah, no, I am a bigger fan of like oldies music than current stuff, except Backstreet Boys, because, like, you know, it's Backstreet Boys.
Back to the 90s.
Yeah, I'm a 90s kid. What can I say?
And what do you think your favorite Christmas movie is? Is it one of the ones you're in?
Of course. All of them. No, it's well, the one that's the most nostalgic for me. It's so tough because I love them for different reasons. I really love A Christmas Story, like that. The Christmas Story was a big one in my household. And then I also love Home Alone. I probably say Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, and Home Alone are my top three. And then the runner-up to the three is Scrooged with Bill Murray, which I think is amazing.
But you like a bit of a comedy too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And actually last year we watched It's a Wonderful Life, which is awful because I'd never seen it before.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, I recommend it. It's like it's extremely old, but it's such a beautiful story. Yeah, and I couldn't believe it's in black and white. Like, it's so beautiful, and yeah. Anyway, so I watched that last year.
To the list.
Yes, yeah. The list is about yay long.
Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would probably be Elf with Will Ferrell, or It's a Wonderful Life, maybe. Those are both two very different films, but I loved Elf because of how much it made me laugh. Like how Will Ferrell played that role. That was one of like the first movies I saw Will Ferrell in, and I was like, this guy is my favorite. Like, you could tell he was having so much fun making that movie. Like when he sees Santa, he's like, Santa! He it was great. So I pick Elf probably, but the runner-up would be It's a Wonderful Life.
I still have not seen that movie. I
really?
gotta add it onto the list, but I agree with you for Elf. Hilarious. And after I watched that, I was like, I wonder what, you know how he just puts maple syrup on everything? I'm like, I wonder what it would taste like on spaghetti. I haven't tried it and I don't really want to, but when I was younger, I was like, ooh, sugar.
Yeah. Oh my God, some of those scenes in those movies, like you could tell. That's what I love about comedies, is you can tell it's almost like they're behind the scenes being like, what would be hilarious? Oh, let's do this. How about this? Like they're just playing, right? And then it gets outrageous, and then it's so much fun to watch.
And what do you hope to be under the Christmas tree for you this year? Who knows? With you asking over an interview, maybe your fans will send it to you.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. Thing is like as you get older, you kind of like, you know, you kind of get all the things that you want, and there's not really anything we need except, you know, a comfy bed and some food and a nice home. But like, I don't know, last year Chris got me a bunch of records, like actual, because we have a record player, and I loved getting that. So if I could get a couple extra records this year, that would make me really happy. I asked for some new house slippers because I love where my feet get cold. So I love wearing house slippers. So I asked for a new pair of those because mine are starting to fall apart here. I'm wearing them today, and I'm like, I got 2 more weeks, and hopefully a new pair will be under there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know, but hopefully someone does or not. It doesn't matter either way. I just want to spend some quality time with people. That's my love language.
Just be with your loved ones and just have a good time.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Stuffing the belly to the max.
Yes. There's a charcuterie board with my name on it.
Oh, yum. So you said you loved games, obviously the Game Boy, the Xbox. What are you wanting for Christmas this year? Is it game related too?
Ooh, good question. You know, last year my favorite present I got was an axe, like a full-on axe. Yeah. My parents gave it to me. I think it was my dad or my mom. I can't remember, or maybe both of them. But they gave me an axe, and they were like, "Here's for your homestead, like when you buy a piece of land." And I was like, "This is fantastic."
Hey, and the man bun, it just goes with that look.
Yeah, you know, this is just because I'm lazy and my hair keeps getting in my face. But I put it up, and I thought, well, I'll keep it out of my face. But yeah, axe and the man bun, sure, why not?
Goes together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with anything. To me, like like I said earlier, like I enjoy the spirit of the season, and there's not anything particular that I'm like, oh, I really want a PS5 or whatever the latest gaming system is.
Yeah, I've lost track.
You know, I appreciate the season of giving. So yeah. How about you? Do you have a special gift that you're looking forward to? Or did you buy yourself? How about that? Is there a gift that you bought yourself already?
Oh, very good question, Graham. Isn't it funny when two interviewers get together? We ask
right?
simple questions. Very good question. I guess I bought myself the Christmas tree. Is that a present for myself?
Okay, yeah, it could be, yeah.
I love it. Decorate it the way I want to. Instead of, like the family Christmas tree where there's ornaments that are in the family for so long that you have to put up, and I'm like, I don't even like this ornament. And my future kids could complain about my ornaments, so it's just a circle of life. But I don't know, but I have done like a list because my parents always want to know what I want for Christmas, and they want to buy me several presents because I'm their only child. So, but there's a couple of books out there I want to buy, or I want to be given. Either way, whatever comes first. Because I recently watched that. I don't know if you've seen on Netflix, Down to Earth with Zac Efron.
Oh, people keep telling me about this. I haven't seen it yet.
You will love it. Amazing
documentary
series.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to take what I say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy that he does that show with, Darren, he's just like a superfood guru pretty much.
Cool.
And I'd love to read his book, so that's on my list. And I really haven't given it much other thought, really, except dance shoes, because I don't know if I told you, I started a Latin dance school, so...
No!
We'll talk about that more afterwards, but...
Okay.
I've been buying myself dance shoes, because I love my dance shoes, so... And I'm like, Mom, if you want to buy me more, go ahead. Love my shoes, yeah.
Nice.
And have you done all your Christmas shopping for everyone else, for your family?
No, I'm one of those last minute ones, like,
Christmas
I got...
shopper.
Well, yeah, I try not to leave it to Christmas Eve, but I got so many packages that, everything's been delayed. I don't know if you heard, but on the west coast of Canada, we had a big flood, and some of our highways got washed out, and so a lot of the shipping and trucking and stuff has been delayed. They have to do rerouting and stuff. So I have a bunch of stuff on order. Don't know if it's going to arrive before Christmas. We'll see.
My family now, what we do is we do just like a Secret Santa sort of thing. It's just kind of easier than getting, everybody like 1,000 things, and it's just all unnecessary and stressful. And so, I did that, which is good. And, that's all taken care of. I might have like a couple extra little things, but for the most part, it's done. I've learned throughout the years that I don't do well under pressure, and I like to get it done early. But I mean, I have friends that so this is so smart. And every year I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. They literally buy throughout the year. As soon as they just see something that they're like, oh, that reminds me of Cindy, or that reminds me of Lauren, they'll buy it as they go. So that way they're always getting meaningful, thoughtful things throughout the year, which I think is like so smart and great, but I never end up doing that. Although I do that with cards. I have like a stash of cards, which my best friend Sarah taught me. She had like a box at home of cards that when it came to a special occasion, she'd be like, oh, I remember I got that card for Cindy. And then she'd like take it out. So I started doing that. And that is so helpful, rather than like running to the store on the day and finding like the first thing that shows up and it's not exactly what you wanted. So that's one trick I'll give to people. I really enjoy that part.
Well, it's kind of like you just want to tick it off your list just to say it's done. Like, I'll just grab whatever, and it's not really as meaningful.
Totally. And I like writing like long messages. I don't just sign like love Cindy. Like, you know, people are like pick these like big worded cards and they're like, love Dad. And I'm like, seriously, come on, write something else.
You've known me for how long? Like, put some effort into it, man.
Yeah. I'd almost rather you make the card at that point, you know?
Oh, that would be nice.
Right?
Options. You done that before?
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to, so we used to take like, remember those, like we used to call it construction paper. It's like colored paper.
Yeah.
And so I would fold it in half and then and then you'd like create a seam and then you'd cut like 2 little lines in the middle and then you'd pop that in and then you could put like a little, so it'd be like a pop-up card.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever did that, but I used to do that a lot and I loved it. I thought it was so cool. And that was like my like trademark Cindy Busby thing. But yeah, I loved doing cards. That was really fun.
Have to get back into it.
2022 might be the year for Cindy getting back into her Christmas cards.
I brought it back to your attention.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for that. I'll add it to the list of things I want to do.
Start a list. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we put in our previous interview when we were talking about mental health tips, you know,
That's
write
right.
yourself a letter, things like that. Just do yourself that for Christmas.
Yes, love that.
Yeah,
totally.
Jolly Christmas letter. And good luck with all of your Christmas shopping. Are you like an online or a in-store sort of person?
It depends. It's both. It's all about like the gift, right? Like for me, it's not like, oh, I got to get everybody a gift and it has to be super special and it has to be tied up in all this. It's like throughout the year, if I see something that I think, oh, this would be great for somebody, I'll pick it up for them. And, you know, around Christmas, if I see something that I know someone's going to like, I'll get it for them. But I used to go down that path of like trying to buy everybody a gift that, you know, was in my life that was significant. But then you get into this, or at least I would get into this place of like, oh, what do I think they're going to like? And then it's like, I don't know, to me, expectations for gifts kind of ruin the whole gift thing. So I would much rather give my time, my love, and share my appreciation for that person and do something with them than effectively like go out and buy them something. Unless I see something that I'm like, oh, I know this is going to be perfect for them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's kind of like, yeah, because then you get all this.
Otherwise.
Yeah, it's a little stressful. And then also on the receiving end, I've received gifts too that I'm kind of like, this is a nice gesture and this is a nice thought, but I would much rather you just say like, I love you, because I don't really need this. You know, it's just kind of like, so I try and stay away from buying things just for the sake of buying things. If that makes sense?
Yeah. You'd rather all just be together, eat some good food, have some good
Yeah,
life.
have a good time. Let's go out and do something fun. Like that to me is kind of like, you know, memorable. And if there's a cool trinket or a cool memento or a cool, you know, book or something that I know they would enjoy, great, I'll pick that up. That's kind of my deal. That's how I do it.
I think as we get older, that's kind of what it turns into, isn't it? When you're young, you're like, I just want everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even though I do go online, I do support a lot of like smaller businesses too, like not just, you know, the bigger ones, although those do come in handy sometimes, I must admit. But yeah, I do a lot of online shopping just because there's just so much out there. And a lot of the stores that I like or find things, they just don't have a store near me. So it's kind of like the only option. But that's one of the things I love about Instagram too, that's like come about is you can, you know, find all kinds of like small businesses on there and like order stuff off of there. And it's been, yeah, I love that. So yeah, over the years, it's definitely become more of a trend for me. But when it comes to shopping for myself, I prefer going in the store.
A little insight into Cindy.
Yeah.
I love online. It's just, as you said, so much variety. It's easy to come straight to your door. And you can check out like different prices and try to get the best price as well.
That's right.
It's hard to do that in store.
Yeah, and honestly, like there's just so many stores nowadays. Like I remember I was looking for something, well, many times actually, and I go into so many stores and I can't find what I'm looking for, and I just spent an entire day shopping with no results. And I'm result oriented, so the online thing is a lot easier. And I also really love Etsy. Etsy is a very special place in my heart.
That's supporting the small business owners too.
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, Cindy. I really hope you have a lot of fun with your family.
Thank you. You as well. I hope that 2022 brings you so much love and happiness and so much gratitude for everything that you have. So thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show again, Graham, and Merry Christmas and a Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas.
Hopefully next year is a lot better for all of us.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Well, we hope you enjoyed this Christmas special. If you want to go check out our Christmas special from last year, filled with some very interesting Christmas facts and some of your favorite Christmas songs, just go to raveituptv.com, or it's also on our podcast. Just type in Rave It Up on any of the podcasting platforms. Now, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from everyone here at Rave It Up. We'll see you in 2022. We love you all. Bye, guys.